I can help a lot of people make a lot of money, but if I can't raise any money, I can't help anybody make any money. All right, guys, today we're with Yonah Weiss. He is a cost segregation specialist and I believe a real estate investor, but we'll dive into that in a second. We're at the Jake and Gino Multifamily Mastery 4, 2021, Orlando, Texas. So Yonah, thank you for being here with us. I really appreciate you taking some time.
Pleasure to be here. Yeah, okay. It's great.
So you're here with us, networking, learning lots of things. So let's start. I mentioned it a little bit. What do you do in the real estate space? What's your primary job or business?
Yeah, so the primary job, as you mentioned, cost segregation expert with the biggest national company doing this, and that's pretty much my main gig. You know, that's what keeps me busy. That's what puts food on the table, so to speak.
Right. As real estate investors, cost segregation is one of our best friends. It's one of the main reasons we do it, right?
Which makes it pretty good for me. You know, when you help people save, thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in taxes, they like you.
Absolutely.
So it's amazing.
It's amazing how many people I talk to that still don't know what it is, do it. And some people, like smaller scale, like buying single family homes, I'm not gonna worry with the depreciation. Well, the IRS is gonna act like you did, so you might as well and capture all those benefits. Yeah, it's been huge for us every single time. Pay for it one time, it lasts the entire time. It's one of the big reasons we do what we do is for the tax benefits. And we're not gonna make this political at all, but some politicians in the past have been skewered for their lack of paying taxes, if you will, but that's what we're doing here. And you help us facilitate that. So it's really awesome what you do and how you help people. So are you an investor yourself?
I am also an investor myself. It kind of came on the heels of just networking and being around, so many people and having clients that are doing deals all the time.
Right.
See, okay, this is something, first of all, I can invest passively because that's easy, right?
Right.
And secondly, this is not really brain surgery.
Don't tell anybody that. Make them think we're brilliant.
I forgot. You have a book that's something about like how it's hard to syndication is something. I forgot what it's called, but it's something that obviously someone who is very well connected in the real estate industry, someone like myself, it's a real great position to be in, to come in as like a capital raiser, someone who can be a partner on deals. So that's what I've begun doing.
Okay, so that's really cool. One of the most fascinating things about you, honestly, this is the reason I really wanted to talk to you. I love the cost segregation. I love that you're an investor. You're out here networking with everybody. But one of the things, and I've talked to you about this, and I've talked to lots of people about you, when they're trying to figure out, especially during COVID, I can't get out to meetups. I can't go to conferences. How do I stay connected? How do I get involved? Tell them you got to find Facebook groups and you got to get plugged into people, and there's lots of Zoom calls. Can you talk to me about your social media? Because you've been one of the more impressive people that I've seen as far as building a following, primarily on LinkedIn for me. That's where I mainly see you. I don't know if that's your main platform, but talk to us about that, how important it has been for you and what has it done for you?
Yeah, it's such a tremendous space. I mean, the whole social media ecosystem, and like you said, LinkedIn has been for the past 4 years or so really my mainstay. I would say that's been my primary focus in terms of social media. I think anyone who wants to go big in social media really does need to pick one that they focus on mainly, and then participate in the others as well, have a presence of sorts. But what I've been doing is I followed a lot of and we connected first through Bigger Pockets, and many years ago, and I think that also has an element of social media to it. However, it's obviously much more content-based, much more educational-based. And through Bigger Pockets, I came across Gary Gary Vaynerchuk. That was the first time he was on the podcast many years ago.
Oh, he was on your podcast?
No, he was on Bigger Pockets podcast.
Yes.
And I heard this book, Bigger Pockets brings him on. Obviously, it's worth finding out who this guy is. And then I saw him everywhere after that. Right? It's, the law of in psychology. Once you see something, then you keep seeing it over and over again. And I saw really clearly that his method of adding value and just providing value and being an educator was a space that fit perfectly for what I was doing. As you mentioned, like a lot of people don't even know what cost segregation is. So my area of expertise is okay, well, now people need to learn about this. What's a great way to get that message across at scale instead of just having one-on-one conversations all the time? I can go on podcasts and speak to hundreds or thousands of people. I can be on social media and LinkedIn and have engaging posts that create awareness, but also have those kind of conversations and just build that network. You build, one conversation at a time. You just end up meeting incredible people.
Yeah, I talk to people all the time at my meetup and just different interactions all the time about building brand. And some people are turned off like, oh, that feels a little arrogant. Look, like you, I can help a lot of people make a lot of money, but if I can't raise any money, I can't help anybody make any money.
Right.
It's that thing that I can help a lot of people, but in order to do so, it's not about a cash grab for me. If I provide value to you, you will reward me for such value. So I just need to get my name out there. You need to get your name out there to be able to help people money will follow. So I love that you mentioned Gary Vee. We're working with him and his group right now on Apartment Guy, building our brand. So I'm a big, big believer in them. So something that he's been pushing a lot. And you said you like to focus on one platform for the most part, but come on, are you on TikTok?
Not yet.
Yet, that was a yet. Is that coming?
It could be. It could be.
I fought it for a long time. I was like, Gary, because I wasn't talking directly to Gary Vee, but his staff and listening to him all the time. I'm like, man, look, I'm not a 13-year-old girl doing trend dances. This is dumb. I'm 53 years old. I don't belong on that. And then I finally went and sat with his team in Chattanooga, and they kept pushing it down my throat. I was like, okay, crap, I'll try it. It's my favorite by far. By far. I like it more than Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of it. So I'm having a lot of fun. When you finally do get there, and I don't do any of the trend stuff, all I do is very dry educational stuff. I mean, I'm joking a little bit, but I think you would be a really good fit.
And then it kind of spills over to the other, right? It spills over to your Instagram, to your YouTube,
Absolutely. The organic reach is not like anything else I've ever seen. I've only been doing it for about a month.
Wow.
I've already got almost 3,000 followers.
That's crazy.
Now, for me, that's a big deal. That's probably nothing for a lot of people, but I think it's a big deal. So you're here at the networking event. I saw you come in this morning. Were you here yesterday?
Was not here yesterday, no.
So do you try to get out to many of these, or when's the last time you were at one of these? Let's put it that way.
I do try to go as much as possible. Obviously, we're just kind of on the heels of lockdowns for so long. The first event that I was at was a few months ago back over in Atlanta. IMN, it's another great conference, multifamily. But yeah, I do try to get to these. For me, as you know, being someone that's seen a lot on social media, and because the meetups that I do in the podcast and everything like that, a lot of people recognize me, and I stand out. I have a distinct look, so it's easy for me to kind of be recognized. But it's a great way, the same way that in using podcasts and using social media, where you're speaking to people at scale, right? You talk once, and hundreds of people or thousands of people will hear you and see you. When you do that consistently and you keep building it over and over, people get to know you and people feel like they actually know you. So when you find a conference where there's a lot of those people gathered together, it's a great opportunity to then just go and kind of walk around and just meet people.
Exactly. You get to put a face with, people that you haven't really connected with. So how does it feel to you when you walk around and people are like, oh, that's Yonah? How does that feel?
It's fun for me. I enjoy it. I love people. I love to, just connect with people. And all what I do is just helping people, connecting people, adding value. And so to meet people in person, it feels good because I feel like I'm actually really doing something for people. And especially I'm meeting here tons of clients of mine who I've tangibly helped them save millions of dollars, right? There's a real kinship, like I said, that comes because of that. Like, wow, this person really tremendously helped me in my business. Right,
and I think another really fascinating aspect of the whole thing is that you can do most everything you do virtually.
Yeah.
Most of it now. I think most guys that do what you do, they probably go to the property to at least walk it one time, if they even do that. I don't think all of them even do that.
We have engineers, we have a team, and that's what they're focused on. I don't do any of that.
So you can do it virtually. Yeah. So it is nice to come out to these physical, when you get locked away for a year and a half almost, I'm not angry at the government. It's nothing like that, but it's just the dynamic is different. I love your Zoom thing, right? But I feed off energy.
Yeah.
And you just don't get the energy transfer online. So I'm so glad we're getting out and doing this thing again. So, well, look, man, I really appreciate you being here with us. But one last thing before we go, right? We always got to do this. So you are a cost segregation specialist. Some people might not know what that is. They might not understand that they really should do it. Can you tell everybody how to find you, how to reach out and kind of figure out what it's about and if it's right for them?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the best place to find me is on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Maybe TikTok in a few months from now, we'll see.
Okay.
But you can go to YonahWeiss.com, so it's just my name.
Okay.
And you learn a lot about cost segregation that way.
All right, well, man, thank you for being here. Great talking with Yonah. He can help you, I promise. If you're in real estate, you should look into cost segregation. It's a big deal. I'm not going to say it's a game changer. We're not going to be that hyperbolic, but it is a big deal. So thanks again for being with us, Yonah.